Welcome to the Heirloom audiobook, where every story is woven with emotion and insight. This isn't background listening. It's an experience. She doesn't cry like she used to. The morning smelled faintly of last night's rain, cool, earthy, and sharp enough to wake her before her eyes even opened. She lay still for a moment, listening to the murmurs of the quiet apartment, the soft tick of the radiator, the low, steady thrum of the fridge, the whisper of wind brushing against the window pane, and the soft whisper of air slipping under the door. She didn't cry, not like she used to. Her throat didn't burn. Her chest didn't ache in that familiar crushing way. Her eyes didn't sting with the heaviness of another day without him. She breathed in slowly, carefully, deliberately. She kicked off the blanket and let her feet touch the cold wooden floor. The chill met her skin like a small shock, real, grounding. She welcomed it. She needed things she could feel without falling apart. In the kitchen, she boiled water. The kettle whistled softly, steam curling through the air with the scent of chamomile and honey. She held the warm mug in both hands and pressed it to her lips. It was sweet, warm, steady. Not a single memory tugged at the corner of her mind. Not a single ache hollowed her chest. She doesn't cry like she used to. She stood at the window, watching the street below slowly fill with life. The sun stretched itself over the rooftops, brushing the city in soft bronze light. Her breath fogged the glass for a moment before fading, disappearing into morning. She remembered a time when mornings were the worst. When waking up felt like crashing through a wave she didn't ask for. When she cried before her eyes were even open and before her feet would hit the floor. When loneliness felt like a second pulse, a hush that settled too deeply, was a soft emptiness that presses against her chest. But today, loneliness wasn't a wound. It was a room she was learning to walk around in without bleeding. A soft knock pulled her attention to the door. Her neighbor stood there with 2 muffins in her hand and a warm, wrinkled smile. "Baked too many again," she said lightly. "You doing okay today?" She hesitated, then nodded. "I think I am." Her eyes softened. "No rush, sweetheart. Healing doesn't like clocks." After she left, the apartment felt different. Not full, but not empty either. She sat on the couch, muffin crumbs on her lap, and let herself just be. No racing thoughts, no looping memories, no tears fighting their way to the surface. She touched her cheek again. Still dry. But this time, the lack of tears didn't scare her. She doesn't cry like she used to. She stood and grabbed her jacket, stepping outside into the crisp air. The world smelled like wet leaves and the faint sweetness of a bakery down the block. Cars hissed over damp pavement. A breeze swept past, lifting a strand of her hair and brushing it gently across her cheek. She walked to the small park around the corner. The grass sparkled with droplets of rain, each one catching the sunlight like pieces of glass. She sat on a bench beneath a tall oak tree, the bark rough against her fingertips. For a moment, she closed her eyes, inhaled deeply, exhaled slowly. Her breath didn't catch, didn't tremble, didn't break halfway through. It flowed, steady, sure. When she opened her eyes, the world felt clearer, like someone had wiped the fog off a window she didn't realize she was staring through. A child's laughter rang across the park. A dog barked. Leaves rustled above her. Life. Real, unfiltered life, moving all around her, not waiting for her to catch up. She stood, the sunlight catching in her hair, and felt something warm expanding in her chest. Not love, not longing, not sorrow, peace. Deep, quiet, earned peace. She didn't need to say it aloud, but she did anyway, softly, as if speaking it would root the truth into the ground beneath her feet. "I'm not crying anymore." and I'm going to be okay. She turned toward home, not with heaviness, not with fear, but with a steadiness she'd never known before. The kind that comes after surviving something you thought would break you. The kind that whispers, "You made it, now live."